We turn now to race number 7, and this is a pretty good race over the 1,000 metres. It's a Class 3. Metro Warrior, his best form's been over at Shah 10. Special M, it hasn't. He races really well over the 1,000 around Happy Valley. Gorgeous Vitality is first up since June. He's had some surgery on the left knee. California Deeply carries an £8 impost for his last start win. Harmony Fire, a good second up record. Talent Supremo, a first starter, won over the 1,200 at Newbury and Doncaster. Classic Posh has won all his races over 1,200 and further. Sergeant Pepper back in distance. Wind and Grass, second start for Jamie Richards. He's placed Nick at his only time over the 1,000 metres at the Valley.
He has indeed, as we take a look at the speed. Now, Super Commander, well, we saw him with plenty of brazen speed a couple of starts ago when winning also went forward last time in the California Deeply race and obviously couldn't quite sustain that. Metro Warrior, now he's drawn well, he's also can break really smartly also, so he should put himself in a good spot. Sergeant Pepper, I don't think will be too far away, and Harmony Fire, Circuit 10 might be chasing them, Paul. Yeah,
I think that might be the way here. Gorgeous Vitality, I don't think there's two options for him. He can try and get forward, but with all his pace in the race, he might even go back. He wouldn't want to sit wide anyway. And Talent Supremo hasn't shown too much early game speed in his trials.
Harmony Fire is where we start, getting a good run on that speed map, and his trainer is Douglas White.
Douglas, Harmony Fire is one of your runners on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. I'd like to ask you about his recent trial because he was very impressive.
Yeah, he was. He was one of the horses that was due to run when the meeting got cancelled, and he had a break, and he's come back from that break in really good fashion, and the way he trialled, he seems to be feeling good.
He's got a very good second up record. Was his first run just for him a case of sort of blowing the cobwebs away?
It was. He was overweight. He hadn't raced for a long time, and he had a wide gate, and he had to be made use of. But he's had another trial since then, and he seems to have come on.
Perhaps not so much crucially for him, but I guess a help always is that the handicap has given him a bit of relief. Has he got to a mark now where you think he can get competitive again?
I think so. He's on a mark on a winnable mark, put it that way. He hasn't got the best of gates again, so he's going to have to offset that. But the horse himself is really healthy and he's working well.
And he does love it round here as well, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Just touching on some of your runners in the week that's been, obviously it was a big week, a huge week. I want to ask you about Dragon's Luck. I mean, he was very impressive, Douglas, for a second time.
Yes, he's certainly shown us that at home, and if anything, he had improved from his first run. Well, he had to do that in Class 3, but not a lot of horses come out of Class 4 and winning Class 3 on a big day like that. So he's a lovely horse going forward.
Yeah, he looks a very exciting horse. And just on your runners, obviously out of the big races, Russian Emperor certainly acquitted himself well in the Cup.
He did. Probably went slower than everybody anticipated, and they made a bit of a dash of it. But he stayed on well, and he looks to have bounced back.
It is Douglas White, trainer of Harmony Fire. Some of his opposition include, Paul, our first replay, which is California Deeply, and also Special M. He comes from a long way back, California Deeply.
How good was this win? I thought it was a really good win from this horse. Look, the pace was on, but the pace is definitely going to be on again in this race, once again with Super Commander in the race and Metro Warrior. So I can see him doing it again. I thought it was just a really strong win. I like the run of Special M on his inside as well, so sort of on his outside there, I mean. So I think both those two are chances.
Yeah, don't mind Special M at all. And as for California Deeply, well, £8 more to carry, but he does look the type of horse, given that running style, that can continue to progress.
A special mention too to Matthew Chadwick. He wasn't going to be riding on Wednesday night, suspended, but a fractured ankle at the trials on Tuesday morning. So we wish Matthew a speedy recovery and getting back in the saddle, winning like he did on California Deeply. Gorgeous Vitality, Nick, a horse with plenty of ability. Bit quirky too. Barrier 12 is not going to be easy first up though.
No, it's not. And well, this is his Chung Fa trial. It was in this trial. It was only a relatively small field, and look, he's acquitted himself well enough in the end, this fellow. But yeah, look, he's jumped favourite on his last 4 races. He's won 2 of them. Gate 12 is not ideal. He goes on any sort of ground, Paul, and I mean, when we did last see him, he was behind Equally to Blitz. He wasn't disgraced, but I just wonder him now into this sort of company.
Yeah, look, he did win those 2 in a row, and he looked good doing it. I'm going to include him just on a very minor line because I think the ability's there, but the draw is going to make it tricky for him.
Member of the Inform Frankie Law stable is Gorgeous Vitality. And one more replay to have a look at. It's the first starter. He was wearing the club's colours this morning, Paul, Talent Supremo. Just the one trial since he's been here, and this is it.
Yeah, it's hard to win off one trial in Hong Kong. 1,077 pounds, cross noseband. He got back in the trial, hit the line strongly enough, but I'm happy to watch him.
Yeah, really impressed by the trial. As you say, one trial coming into your first race is never easy. I mean, you've got to be very good to be able to win doing that. But as Mark mentioned there, he's form in the UK with Rafe Beckett, won at Newbury on debut as a 2-year-old, has a decent level of form, so he's clearly a horse of ability.
All right, so Nick a little more pushed on the first starter than Paul by the sounds of it. It's a good field though. A
good field, yep, very good field. Going to go with California Deeply to go back to back. Strong win, I thought, last time. He's really settled in nicely, this horse. Harmony Fire, he's been racing well. We heard that from Douglas White as well. Special M comes out of California Deeply's race, and Gorgeous Vitality fresh up. 4, 5, 2 and 3.
Yeah, Harmony Fire on top for me. Good second at record. Really like that recent trial. I thought he did it very nicely indeed. And he's been given a little bit of aid from the handicapper now, down to a mark of 69, last one off 68, so he's well placed. Special M, I thought, can certainly run another good race, loves it round here, and that run last time was certainly a decent one. In for third goes Talent Supremo. Looked very tough off the one trial, but I didn't mind how he did it, and he could be a very nice horse, so we'll keep him safe. And California Deeply, I think, will be right on the premises once again after a strong win. 5, 2, 6 and 4.
That is the preview for race number 7, which is also leg number 1 of the treble.